To the elect of the nation of Israel, first and foremost, we want to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and rule well, and labor in this word and doctrine. So this is an article, Fox 5, New York, and it says, this is also published on October 14th, 2022. It says biohacking humans. Alright, and we talked, there's videos, I have a video talking about the passing the law regarding biotechnology, biomechanics and whatnot, where they're going to use technology inside of humans, of course, which is it's familiar. I'm sure you're familiar with that topic if you watch Brothers of the Body a lot. All right, so this is biohacking humans, people implanting haragmas, or implanting fish and implanting fries in hands and heads. There you go.
Also rice and peas.
yeah, rice and peas. Implanting rice and peas in hands and heads. All right, and look at that, hands and heads. There you go. Isn't that more clear?
Exactly, that's the spirit right there.
Yeah, because again, look, people are gonna have to see. It's quite obvious now, really. Like when I say obvious, it's still only obvious to the elect ultimately. But there's brothers who are sincere that do go off, and it's like I'm Lord willing, sooner rather than later they see it.
That's right. It's only a matter of time before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai extracts his elect from these various camps that don't have the 100% truth. That are sincere, like the brother mentioned.
It says New York. It's a technological. Fuck me.
Technological.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
It's a technological advancement that seemed incomprehensible a generation ago, and now appears inevitable. And you gotta think about it. Like the apostles had said this for many years, and back then they must have looked crazy, man. Because by the time they said it, people weren't on like smartphones and shit, man. People weren't just out here streaming shit all the time, watching Netflix. Like, things were very different then, man.
That's right, and certain information wasn't, out back then.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Good point. And if they got it, they were seriously digging. They really were grafting in this word, man. So it reads, it's a technological advancement that seemed incomprehensible a generation ago, and now it appears inevitable. And it certainly is inevitable because it's already been written that it shall happen. Okay? From a fish and chip implanted subdermally to a robot learning to imagine itself and its own purpose. Okay, and a tiny microprocessor implanted directly on the brain. Isn't that fucking just...
That's just speaking Revelation 13, verse 16 to 18, right through, right there.
I'm glad you said speaking. Where is it? Alright, so Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. Right, so the prophecy shall speak indeed. It's manifesting, it's coming upon the earth. And not lie. There's no lie. There's no lie in this word, man. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So just wait for it, man.
Right, men of old desire to see these prophecies take place. Alright, and if you understand reincarnation, Lord willing, we are those men coming back.
Come. So as it reads, our lives are going to be intertwined with robots and AI increasingly, as I say. And see, again, that's what they want to do with biomechanics, biotechnology. They want to make people like fucking Terminator. They're actually going to have like soldiers that are going to be not literally like Terminator, but they're going to be like robotic ass fucking, they're going to
cyber soldier type.
Yeah.
Merging man with machine.
Yeah.
And I believe they might already, doesn't Ukraine have certain...
France, Ukraine.
Yeah.
It was Putin that was saying the reason why shit's getting heavy is because they have biolab soldiers.
That's it.
Man, Putin, man, we know you do too. We know you're part of this bullshit. Don't fuck around and pretend you're innocent, man. We know what you're about. All right. But he's definitely, he's got vengeance in his heart to the point where like he could go in with some really like cyborg type soldiers very soon and just think, fuck it, let's just get the top, let's just go fucking bear style and just maul them apart with much mass and strength, and just come in with cyborg ass fucking Terminator ass robotic avatar robot suit thingies. They can do this shit, man. Just give it time. They have weapons they don't show us, man.
That's right. Plus he's getting He's getting up in age too, Putin. I think he might be,
Yep.
what is he, 70 or something like that?
I'm not sure.
Roughly.
He don't look too old. Like that old anyway. He looks oldish. He don't look fucking 70. If he's 70, that's shocking. And that shows you how they're different out there, the ease out there. To find a 70-year-old out here, he look about 170. Yeah?
Oh, yeah. 70 years old.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's fucking, that's, what the fuck? He's 70. I mean, this guy can I'm pretty sure he can still do judo, right? Start throwing motherfuckers around and shit.
I've seen clips of him do that too as well, yeah.
He can still do that shit. You know, people in Russia, they're different, man, built fucking different. And to top it all off, he's got some biolab soldiers. Man, it's gonna be heavy judgment coming upon places like the EU and NATO, or those type of places, which is the beast. The beasts are gonna get it, not just Ukraine, which is trying to join onto NATO. You got a precept?
Can. You know, ultimately, the Lord is against, you know, you Russians too, right? You modern day Medes. You know, he's just using you as an instrument, a killing instrument to destroy Babylon the Great.
Yep.
This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he's, in fact, you might start
Want to read further up?
Yeah, that's it.
You should actually start around 22, yeah. 22, yeah.
Matthew 12, verse 22. Then was brought unto him one possessed with a devil, blind and dumb, and he healed him, insomuch that the blind and dumb both spake and saw.
Right, Yahushua had the power to completely heal people from the plagues of demons, where they could actually see again and they could speak again, which is, man, imagine seeing that. Someone who got healed, you know, that would boost your faith on another level. And people are going to be healed, and people are going to believe. They're going to turn around. They're going to see who the men of the Lord really are.
That's right. We're coming in a time where miracles are going to start taking place. Even people who might have taken the yab, you know, they could even be healed from that. The men of the Lord can heal them from that.
But if they take the charagma, not so. They cannot repent.
Verse 23. And all the people were amazed and said, is not this the son of David? But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, this fellow doth not cast out devils, but by Beelzebub, the prince of the devils. So
they're saying that the reason why he was able to cast out devils is because he could operate with devils using familiar spirit, like sorcery crap. Okay, which of course is a lie. And by the way, just a side note, is this not the son of David? I wonder why he's a son of David, because he came from the lineage of David through the seed line, meaning he had a biological father, because he was made like unto his brethren.
That cuts that immaculate conception.
It's an immaculate deception.
That's right. Verse 25, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Right.
How is Satan going to cast out Satan?
Right.
So by devils he's casting out devils? How does that make sense?
That's what I was about to say. Satan can't be casting out himself.
Right. You see, in this world, in the flesh, you see it happening. You see devils going against each other, people going crazy. You know what I mean? So his kingdom won't stand. It's showing you that it's going to collapse, man, and you can see it. Go ahead.
That's right.
27.
27. And if I by Beelzebub cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. But if I cast out devils by the Spirit of the Most High, then the kingdom of the Most High is come unto you.
Oh, there it is. We're in there. So, you know, there you are, man. Okay, it cannot stand if it be divided amongst itself. And one of the things that shows you that it's very divided was the whole thing about the jump shot. Because when people went down with it, man. Loads of people went down. People were protesting, people going crazy, people were admitting that it was bullshit. People were, obviously the general populace, like a typical middle class person is probably not going to think like that. Why? Well, you know, I bring out Andrew Taylor. One of the things he likes to say is, you know, you better, if you're not going to be rich, you should be poor, because he thinks slavery is in the middle. That's a good point. When you're in the middle, you sort of have a bit of this, a bit of that, bit of gifts. You sort of don't really see it too much. When you're poor, you start to go, wait a minute, something ain't right, because you're always thinking about how much you got to like work harder for substance. How life is a bit of a, you know, it's hard to basically operate in life. A middle class person, so called, doesn't really have it like that. A rich person gets the privileges to realize how the world is. Hold on a minute. Motherfuckers, I don't have to wear a face fabric and hop on this plane and do all these protocols because I've got money. So they see it now. They see how you see that you gotta be rich or poor. If you're in the middle, that's a high level of slavery, man. So you can see a division amongst people of different, even what do you call when people are different demographics of currency or like wealth? Well, wealth demographics.
Middle class.
No, like different types. Like I basically said it, to be honest. When I asked the question, I basically answered it. But anyway, our lives are going to be intertwined with robots and AI increasingly in complex ways that we can't even imagine today, said Columbia University engineering and data science professor Hod Lipson. Right. It's Columbia University is in New York, I believe. Yeah. I don't know why it's called that. Anyway, he describes it as the inevitable fusing of the physical and digital worlds. All right. So inevitable fusing. Right, confusion, what does that mean? With mixing. So the mixing of the physical and digital worlds. As they've wanted to do for a long time. As they've slowly and surely got people to kind of do. You know?
That's right, ease them into it, you know?
Yeah, you know, people always like on their phones and whatnot. People always like, you know, they have to, when they're texting when they're driving.
Exactly.
They have to listen to bullcrap while they drive or whatever. They're constantly connected to some form of technology, of the Internet of Things, no matter what. You know,
even with purchasing, you know, just the conveniency of just, instead of constantly carrying cash, okay, you got your credit or your debit card, and you just, there you go, swipe, you pay that way, instead of having to fumble with change and things like that. But now, obviously, you know, with this, you know, you can't lose your hand if you have it implanted, whereas you can, you know, misplace your debit card or your cash. Right. So they want to eliminate that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. So it's more convenient for you to just go, there you go, and pay.
Right. Super convenient, right?
Yeah.
It's bullshit, man. It's obviously for control. It's obviously to create what they want to create, which is a world where they have complete control of your information, your whereabouts and whatnot. And you're a slave, man. A bondman and bondwoman to him forever if you take that. That's what you're saying. You're saying, I'll take this. And now what am I? I'm your servant forever because you have all my records. You have everything you need to know about me in me, in this technology. The fuck? That's penetration right there in some way or another, you know? Like it says, taking the name of the beast. You got a precept?
Can. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. Yep. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right.
And when you go into devices, it's not talking about electronic devices. The word is noema. And noema, let's get that word. This is the Strong's G 3540. Noema means a mental perception, thought, an evil purpose. There you go. So an evil purpose, in context, it basically means a perception of thought, that which thinks, the mind, thoughts, or purposes. So their purposes are evil purposes. Their thoughts are evil thoughts. They only do evil. They can't. Let's get. This is one of my favorites to bring out. Proverbs 4:14. It says, "Enter not into the path of the wicked." So do not do what these people are doing, taking this fucking charagma. Making themselves mixed in with technology, making themselves have radio frequency flowing through their fucking their body, man, their bloodstream and shit. This says, enter not into the path of the wicked and go not into the way of the evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it and pass away. For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. See that? So they're trying to constantly make sure. It's really our people they hate the most, these damn devils eat. But they have to incorporate other people. It's too obvious. And they also don't really give a fuck about other people. They want the control over them as well. But the main people they're coming against is us. You know, they want their violence against us has been from Genesis, man.
That's right, from the womb.
Right.
Okay, the depopulation agenda. That's what he has. Mm-hmm. You know, and we're his number one enemy. Mm-hmm. You know, to him. And he's our number one enemy.
Yeah.
All right.
This is Proverbs 4, and I'll go down to verse 20. My son, attend to my words, incline thine ear unto my sayings. Let them not depart from thine eyes. Keep them in the midst of thine heart, for they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. Go on.
That's right. Another precept. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4.
Oh, we're going back here. Let's go. Habakkuk 2 and 4.
Behold, his soul, you know, Esau Edom. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith.
By his faith.
By his faith.
By what's faith goes into belief to have hope. So what we're believing in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai's ways, not the ways of E. All right. People are gonna get ill, man, with taking this saw. Sorry, taking
exactly
it.
Because it is a saw.
Yeah.
When you
take it, you'll get a saw. It's synonymous, really. You know what I mean? It's like when people, because yesterday at guest house, they were talking about how they were taking the abs and shit, taking the jump shots, and talking about how you sort of like, I think what Dad was trying to say, you don't feel the needle, you feel like substance going in or whatever. I don't know. There was conversations like that, And then they will say, oh no, it's not that, it's just a reaction. And I was like, man, you got a fucking, your stomach's cutting you. Of course you're feeling something. Of course your body's like, oh shit, like I'm cut. Like no, I won't say that. If someone, not me, I'm not going to do it. It's hypothetical anyway, but I know how you fuckers move. If someone was to stab someone, their body would react to something foreign being inside them, a foreign, built a very specific form of elements and compounds made to make a knife, sharpened and going inside of you, man. Of course it's going to be fucking, it's going to be adverse to you, man. But go ahead.
Verse 5, yet also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home,
right?
Who enlargeth his desire as hell,
yep,
and is as death,
yep,
and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations,
yep,
and heapeth unto him all people.
Yep. It heaps unto him all the people, and again he's going to cause all the whole world, and not literally every person in the population. I mean the whole world, and like generally speaking, because the elect ain't going to take the charagma. And hey, some of the heathen ain't going to take it either, by the way. Some people won't take it. Some people, they're going to be in positions where they're like, why? Why would I take this? You know what I mean? And again, you know, he enlarges the desires hell. He has his desire. You know, his desires all over the place, man. His desires too much because he's greed of control, greed of wealth, substance.
You know, he wants his birthright back, basically.
Yep.
You know, and he's got a godlike complex.
Yeah. But he sold his birthright, man. He felt hungry. He said, "What's good of my birthright if I die?" You know, he sold his birthright for lentils.
That's right. Got another precept. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1. Sorry for the slip of speech. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 15. That which is crooked, all right, cannot be made straight.
Yeah, something such as taking a charagma, that's a crooked concept. It cannot be made straight. Go ahead.
And that which is wanting cannot be numbered.
And I believe if you go Job, is it 34 and 4? Let me find out.
That's right. You know, crooked as well, being wicked, and that's what he's. You know, he is the wicked. All right. You know, a vessel of dishonor, so he can't do good. All right.
Yeah, there it is. Job 14 and 4. My bad. Job 14 and 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Right. Not one. Right. Who can bring truth out of a lie? I believe that's in. Let me get that as well. All right. Ecclesiastes chapter 34, I believe, in verse 4. Verse 4. Of an unclean thing, what can be cleansed? And from that which is false, what truth can come? There you go. And back to the article. Yeah, cool. So, where we at? He describes it as the inevitable fusing of the physical and digital worlds. In his robotics lab on the Manhattan campus, groundbreaking projects are underway. We want robots to this is him quoting right now. This is a quote of him, sorry. We want robots to understand what they are, how they move, how they operate, he said. It's sophisticated machine learning, allowing the robot to literally wake up and discover itself. With that knowledge, it can imagine itself into the future, he said. It's an extension of human thought, allowing mankind and machine to exist more efficiently. And man, see how they're a real crooked serpent, man. Because they're being very, very wise with the words to make you feel like they're doing everything for you. It's entirely against you. They're going to use this for control. Because, like, if they're using robots for war, for policing, when they got martial law, robots are going to be different level because already the military for E has already fucked up people, and the ones that like Brother Mashah said at that time when martial law comes out, it's going to be like Giga Chad ass fucking troops that are built and just ready, hungry for war, and they don't give a fuck about it. They're going to go crazy, man. They're not going to care. They're not going to have any empathy. And that day, even for them, the scripture is going to be relevant. This scripture right here, this is the book of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. There'll be no love. And if they're robots, what fucking love? They're robots. Don't listen to these devils. They're robots, man. They're programmed to do what they want to do. And what's the wicked going to make them do? Pow, pow. That's really it. Monitor, you cannot go there. I will shoot. Boom, boom. Whatever the fuck. They're going to do shit like that, man.
That's right. It's commands and everything.
Yep. It says robotics used to be something like, okay, maybe you had a vacuum clean robot, you step over it, you move on. But now it's going to be everywhere, Lipson said. There's drones. This, you're going to trust your life to a self-driving car. You're gonna trust the life of your children to a robot. I mean, this was unthinkable just a few years ago, and it's inevitable. Or you probably went, this was unthinkable just a few years ago, and it's inevitable. It's probably why it's written like, you know what I mean? So yeah, like fucking hell, man. And truth is it fucking kind of was like relatively unthinkable. Like people weren't really gonna like there was shit like going on, like movies like Star Wars and all that bullcrap. But that was, what is that known as? Known as science fiction. Things that are just made. Knowledge made, I guess. Well, not science. I don't know. Not I guess. Science goes into knowledge, what is known, and science fiction goes into something that's been made. So science made. All right. So when it reads here, yeah, it says if that's a nuanced concept of man's evolution with machines, what Brandon Delali is doing is much more direct. Because people have called me cyborg and everything, which I think is pretty funny, and I mean, I guess they could be accurate. The 41-year-old said, I mean, technically both my hands can communicate with different types of computers. Wow. He decided to become a part machine by having fission chips implanted inside both hands. So he had it in both. Some people have it in both. Some people have it on like two in one hand, one in the other, one in the neck. They'll be for different fucking reasons. Military.
That's right.
Come into my head when I think of that. I couldn't imagine Joe Schmo doing that. Unless he's like a tech nerd and he's super excited to get fucking haragment.
That's the thing. It doesn't matter where you take it. The fact that you take it.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Know, you're doomed.
Yep.
Right. And those is miracles. You know, Esau's miracles.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. But look what we can do. We can manipulate humans to be like robots and robots to be similar to humans. We're so intelligent. You know, they're drawing in their servants, man. So the angels that work for him. His messengers are going to be destroyed too. In that war in the chariots, right? Didn't it say the devil's angels should be cast out with him?
Correct.
And that's in Revelation 12, start of verse 7. Yeah, he decided to become a part machine by having fission chips implanted inside both hands. He can now start his Tesla. There you go. It's like a Tesla again. Elon Musk. Open his home door, and the future even replace his wallet with a swipe of his hand.
There you go, like, yeah.
Convenience. I wanted to be able to leave my house with no house key, no car key, no wallet, and still be able to carry out my everyday activities like I normally would, he added. Biohacking your own body opens up endless possibilities. We're at the dawn of this, he said. It's slowly working its way up, see? Slowly working its way up indeed. Up to the point where he caused all about small and great rich and poor to take it, man. It's a type of technology once considered sci-fi, there you go, that may be working its way into your workplace. Okay. I'll flick through. We'll pretty much end this here, but it says if it's not actually about replacing humans with a machine, it's actually creating a symbiosis between the two, Adilov said. 1 minute. So symbiosis in atoms as a biological term, a union for life of two different organisms based on mutually benefit. Okay, this is from Greek symbiosis, actually, a living together. From symbion meaning living together, right? So living together. So we're going to live together. We're going to be in perfect harmony. That's what they're trying to say. Which is fucking cap. It says the mind and the machine are being intertwined like never before. You can find it in the unique technology from companies like Synchron. All right, Synchron is another one, right? It's another company, not just Neuralink. Synchron's another one where they're doing different types of weird, you know, mixing in basically with technology and men. They've developed a tiny brain planting in thing called the Stentro, I don't know if I should say the word, enabling patients to wirelessly control digital devices through thought. Designed for people suffering from paralysis. There you go. That's part of the miracles again, to deceive the people. If I take this, I'll, you know, they just, I mean, you know, like when you go into Revelation 13.
That's right.
And let's go down to verse. Should we just go straight to the point? Verse like 14. So verse 14, and this is Revelation 13 and 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, right? So and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, in the sight of, because this right now is referring to Babylon the Great, all right? Which, you know, his whole beast system is branched out from the Roman Empire, all right? And now it's branched out to NATO and EU as well. It's all part of the beast, basically.
Revised Roman Empire, you know, 2.0.
Yep. So he's deceived them by the means of those miracles which he had power to do. It's saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast. And an image, the word is icon. going on? Where is it? Oh, because I'm looking for icon like an idiot. I'm supposed to be looking for the word image. Dude, side the beats, image, there you go. Icon is the Greek word for image, which means an image. Figure, likeness, which is what icon means, a likeness, a resemblance. Applied to man on account of its power of command. Okay, one whom, I don't know why it says that, I don't know what that means. And one, don't worry about that. One in whom the likeness of anyone is seen. Right, because an image of something is a resemblance of what something looks like. If I like right now we're sat next to swings, you know, if I painted this exact what I see right now, this little part of this playground, then it would still be an image. It wouldn't be the exact thing. It would be a resemblance, a likeness of what it really is. So when it says the image, the likeness and resemblance of the beast, it's saying the philosophies, right, the way the society is structured. And America is basically a carbon copy of Rome. The way everything operates there, you know, it's taken from the Roman rulership, and these are the Romans, man. These are the Edomites who are ruling in America today, and they have rulership of the world. This is their world. That's why everything's wicked, because it's their world.
Right, Job 29:4, isn't it? Earth given into the hand of the wicked.
9 and 24.
Oh, sorry, 9 and 24. That's it.
Come on. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. They have possession. That's why they have power to do these things. When they have possession, they have the power to deceive people with miracles, because they have the power to deceive, to make you think they're about you, and they push out these fucking charagmas to make you go, oh, well, they trusted me. And it's a miracle what they can do. They're so smart, intelligent, and he is smart. He's wiser than Daniel, but he's wise to do evil, man. This is which had the wound by a sword and did live. Image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Because 1,000 years. Rome wasn't ruled by E, it was ruled by us. It had a wound. E's rulership was wounded and it was healed again. For the Renaissance period, or the rebirth. That's why it's known as that. It's the rebirth of E's rulership. Alright? And we'll finish the article and we'll just end it. So it says, company co-founder Nicholas Opie says this is just the beginning. At the moment, we're looking at recording information to allow people to control things. But certainly, in the future, there's no reason we can't start putting information back, and that might be similar to some products they've got for treating Parkinson's disease or epilepsy. All right.
Precept today.
Let's get it.
Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand.
Now, let's make this very clear. When it says any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark, charagma, it's all the same. If you worship the beast, and his image, you're gonna take the charagma. If you take the charagma, it's all linked in. It's just written in such like manner to expound on what is gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
Right, the same people who have done so, taken the charagma, worship the beast and his image, his philosophies, his ways, and joined unto his system, and made themselves a perpetual servant unto the damn devil the Bible speaks of. Go ahead.
Which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, and as the brother said, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Alright? So, the word indignation there, I should get that actually real quick. Alright, so the word is orge. Orge means anger, the natural disposition, temper, character, movement or agitation of the soul, impulse, desire, any violent emotion, but especially anger, right? So basically, this is anger, says wrath, there you go, indignation. So his wrath, basically, his anger. So the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture, right? In other words, strong drink without any chaser. That's how it's going to be, burning you up. They're going to drink up of the wrath. That's their judgment. The cup is full for their judgment, man.
Right.
It's overflowing. It's gonna keep. It's a heavy cup, basically. Put it that way, man.
And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, which indeed is Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
Verse 11. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up for ever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name.
All right. So if you take it, that's you're gonna get destroyed, man.
That's right.
You're gonna get judged violently by the Heavenly Father some way or another. And one of the ways is also getting souls anyway. getting plagues and cancer, because you got radio frequency flowing through your fucking body, man. That's not normal. It's foreign. It's deranged. It's defiled. It's absurd, man. Even on a carnal level, that should be seen as absurd. But of course, carnality is not a stable thing of, for one to have real, true understanding, wisdom.
Verse 12, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai.
Okay, and we'll end off here.
That's right.
Abdul Watazar, this video was edifying. Kal halalim la Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruchak, Kodash. And double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, who rule well and labor in this word and doctrine. Shalom.
Shalom.